Okay, cool. Let's talk to the camera. What's your name?
My name is Francis Waweru.
Yeah, and what's your, why are you here?
I'm here because I'm super based. Yeah, I'm here for the Base event and just to meet the people from Base and Coinbase team.
What does base mean to you?
To me, it means like a safe place for both builders and creators and the whole community. That's what comes to my mind when I think about Base. Just a safe space for builders, creators, and community.
I love that. What about based? What does based mean to you?
Based, to me, it means like I'm super grounded and so deep into the rabbit hole of what Base is doing and what I'm doing in the Base community. So that's what, when I hear based, that's what clicks in my mind.
How would you say based in Swahili?
That's pretty tough. But
Or what's similar vibe, you know?
Similar vibe to based. So Swahili, there are two versions of Swahili. The correct version and the slang version.
Yeah, okay, well probably the slang version, right? That's the one.
So when I say based, it means I'll have to think about it towards the end, then I'll tell you.
Okay, yeah, we'll come back to that one.
Yeah.
What's a story or favorite story of onboarding someone on chain that you have?
The favorite story? Okay, so there's the first time that I onboarded someone on chain is when they made me win a hackathon, and then I got paid. So when I got paid in USDC, the builder was super impressed by what happened, and the first time that he saw me receiving money from just a stranger who I met on Discord, then the money came to my wallet. Then I was able to turn the money to a real tangible money. The guy was immediately hooked. So that's one of the first instances when I felt happy onboarding someone on chain. The second one was when I shared about my creator version to someone else that, hey, do you know that you can create your content, post it on chain, and no one will block it, and it will be broadcasted to the whole world, and they were mind blown.
And you'll earn a bunch from doing it.
Yeah, and you earn a bunch, and no one is gatekeeping you. So those are my two favorite.
I love that.
I
love that. What's your experience been as a creator on chain? Off chain versus on chain? What are the differences? So I'll start with off chain first. Yeah.
So off-chain is a bit, there's a lot of hurdles. Like, for instance, I create something, I post it on the off-chain, the platforms.
Then you get or YouTube or Instagram,
you get a notification that you can't do that, it's been blocked. Maybe they ask you so many questions that is it meant for kids, adults, and all that stuff. However, in on-chain, so long as it's really nice content, once you post it, it remains immortal. I remember Sadamilare told me that, did you know that if you mint on Zora, even if someone deletes your content, the people who minted it will immortally own them. So that's a really nice experience that I realized about on-chain.
Yeah, it's forever.
Yeah, it's
and
forever.
You can't get deplatformed, no one can shut you down.
Yeah, imagine immortalizing your work. So nice. So you don't have to be there for people to enjoy it. So I was really happy about that.
I love that.
Yeah.
You got any questions for me?
Turn?
Yeah, it's your turn. Shoot.
All right. So my first question is, why Base? Why did you name this Base?
Why did I name it Base?
Yes. Why Base?
Okay. So we took us about a year to figure out what we were going to build, and eventually we found Base. And once we found the idea of building a layer 2, we started thinking about names. And I was actually just in a conversation with someone Max, who runs our consumer business, and we were both talking to each other, and he was like, what if we called it Base? And immediately, both of us were just like, oh my God, of course, it has to be Base, because it's part of the name Coinbase, so that's connection. It means foundation, it's where you build. It's 4 letters, it's 1 syllable, it's super simple, it's easy to say in every language, and it has this cultural connection to the word based, and it's just so easy to meme of that's based. And so I think those things came together, and like the second we said it and felt it, it was like, oh yeah, of course, this is it.
Yeah, I need you to clarify for me this. I think I was reading some of your tweets or the other based communities. Then I read that the way Base started was at DevCon. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
You were just hanging around, then you just started on working on this idea. So
yeah.
Could I get it from the real?
Yeah, a little bit more
itself?
story. This is good. He's a good interviewer. I like this. So the real story is we'd spent a year. So starting in 2021, we'd spent a year like going through ideas, right? And none of them worked. Like we tried all sorts of things at Coinbase, none of them worked. And that August, DevCon was in October, we actually shut down the team that was working on those things. And we're like, okay, let's go try something new. And then we sent most of the people somewhere else, and me and a few other people, that like September, October, we did this thing called On-Chain October, which was just like, we're gonna hack for a month and like see what comes up, see if anything comes up, see if we wanna go build something else, join another team. And we started talking about this idea of like, maybe we should build an L2. Like we've needed some place to build. We've looked at a bunch of them. It feels like there's an opportunity for us to like make a platform. And we did that all of October, and then we knew DevCon was coming up. And so I kind of went to DevCon and was like, we have this idea, we have this prototype, but like, do we think there's really gonna be interest, demand? I talked to a ton of people at DevCon, just kind of got their perspectives, their thoughts, and coming out of that, I was like, we have to build this. Like, we need to figure out how do we make it so easy for developers to build on-chain, so easy for new people to come on-chain. And we're kind of uniquely positioned to do that because of the experience we have at Coinbase, the experience we have bringing people on into crypto, and figuring out how do we do this for this next generation of crypto, next generation of the internet.
So why did you choose the optimistic? This is a bit technical.
Yeah.
Why did you go the optimistic way instead of the other?
Yeah, we spent a lot of time with optimism, and a bunch of reasons. One, we loved that it was all fully open source. We could contribute to it. Two, we thought the technology was really good. It's getting better and better and better. We just launched fault proofs. That was the result of all of our collaborations. Three, optimism I think is like very good at decentralization and governance. Like they've really built that skill set, and that was very complementary to Coinbase, which is like more centralized, and it felt like we'd learn a lot from that. And then four, we just spent a bunch of time with the team, and we loved working with the team, and that was like a great place to collaborate because, you know, you're like, why are you building on Base? It's because of the people. Right? It's like the great people are the reason that brings us together. It's why we want to be building.
And this is not like a question, just like a more compliment. Could you just tell the whole world why Base is for not just the tech people? Why is it good for the community, like creators, artists, musicians, and all that?
Yeah, Base is for everyone, and Base is for everyone because we are building a new global economy. And that economy is going to increase innovation, it's going to increase creativity, it's going to increase freedom, and it's going to be something that everyone can participate in, regardless of where they're born, regardless of where they live, regardless of what phone they have. And that economy, it's for everyone. And so if you're a developer, you can build apps in that economy. If you're a creator, you can create in that economy and not be at risk of being deplatformed, and you can actually earn way more. If you're a small business, you can accept payments in that economy. Like literally, no matter what vertical you're in, you can find a way to bring your vertical on-chain, to bring your vertical into that new economy. And by being there at the beginning, like you and like me and like all the people here, we all get to create it, and we get to make it in the idea and the vision that I think we have, which is an economy by the people, for the people, that works better for the people than the economy today. Because the economy today and the systems today, whether you're in Kenya or Nigeria or the United States, they kind of suck. They're slow, they're expensive, they're annoying, they set rules that like sometimes we break and we don't know why, and then they shut us off. Like that's not working. And it's time for a new internet, an on-chain internet built by us that everyone can be a part of.
Yeah, and just probably as we wrap it up, I was just wondering okay, it's a pretty niche question.
Yeah.
In next year, where do you think Base will have accomplished, or what are the future plans that we both have for Base?
Yeah.
I have my own plans for Base.
Yeah, well, I want to hear
Mine
your
is,
plans too.
I want to onboard the next billion people on
Yeah.
Base.
Yeah.
So
how many do you think you can do next year?
Probably 3 million.
3 million. We have a commitment from Base East Africa, 3 million.
Yeah.
My goal for next year is 100 million.
Oh my God.
So if you do 3 million, I'll bring 97 million.
All right.
No, you do 3 million. And like, but seriously, if East Africa brings 3 million on chain,
Yes.
and Nigeria brings 3 million on chain, and India brings 3 million on chain, and Singapore brings 1 million on chain, and Vietnam brings 3 million on chain, we're gonna get to 100 million pretty quickly.
Yeah.
And so it really is about all of us like working together, and all of us saying, hey, we know our part of the world best, and we can figure out how to do it. So yeah, that's what I'm doing in 2024. Onboarding, whether it's gonna take us like one by one, just like pointing them out in the street, you get on chain, or something else.
Yeah. So
We gotta go. Okay.
build on base,
Build on base.
build on chain, build on base.
Build on chain, build on base.
All right. Thank you
Awesome.
so much.
Yeah, man. Thank you. Thanks for being here.
All right.
Woo!